hiyo shughuli. Wacha tuteleze teke tuingie kwa mambo ya basketball. Later on, of course, kuna mambo ya football ya chapadimba, tutakuwa tunakuambia ni nini inafanyika season 5. But first of all, let's just start into it. Hii mambo ya basketball. Later on, of course, we shall be talking to Fred Arocho or Ali Kauleni, just to give us the updates from the day. Of course, this day we are mourning the burial of one of our very best commentators in football, Diblo Kaberi, of course, the late who passed on recently, anafanyiwa saa hii burial yake. But first, basketball. Mambo ya muhimu sana. Ndio maana niko na wao. Niko na the president of the Lightning Swish women's basketball team. They participate in the Premier League of basketball in Kenya. My very good friend, Ariel Okal Koranga. Karibu sana.
Asante.
And congratulations for this award. Well done.
Thank you.
Tunashukuru sana. Of course, I know from your busy schedule, you're supposed to be training. Najua watu wa Swish wana training between 4 and 6, unless Lavenda enjoy. But of course, we are here. We are here to celebrate our very own star. We also have the assistant coach of a Swish or Lightning Swish basketball team, Karo Akinyi. Karibu sana. It's good to see you. We also have the captain of the Lightning Swish basketball team, Susan Jepleting. Karibu sana. And also we have the assistant captain of the Lightning Swish basketball women's team, Lavenda Opondo. Karibu. 4 to 6 ndo time ya kutrain, si ndio? Na mko hapa
2 to 4.
Okay. Sawa. Naambiwa kwamba let me just start, of course, by talking to Lavenda as the assistant captain. What does this trophy mean? Of course, najua Okala atakuja kutuambia baadaye how, because I'm sure he's fighting tears. Staki ni mweko spot. He's fighting tears right now. But assistant captain Lavenda Opondo, tell us when you guys, of course, were encouraging us to vote for Ariel Okal for the Ubuntu Trophy, then he won it. What did that mean to you? How did you feel that when you're watching Okal, of course, trying to get this particular award in Kigali? Mulisikia aje? Mulikuwa wapi? Mulikuwa mnafanya nini? Na mulipiga nduru?
Lazima tungepiga nduru. It's something that we are waiting for.
Yes.
Actually, we knew it before I ended.
Yes.
And everyone was eager waiting for that day. Mm-hmm. And compared to the last time that we were here, we all said about the things that we wish for as a team. And for us, for Carl, winning the Ubuntu Trophy, it's a big thing to us. Yes. We really thank God for it. And we are so grateful.
Indeed, of course. And of course, most of you, if you're wondering what this Ubuntu Trophy is about, this award recognizes or is given to, not actually given to, you have to stand out, you have to earn it. Those top basketball players in Africa and of course beyond Africa who make a serious impact in their communities beyond the game of golf. Ariel Okal is just not only a top basketball player for Nairobi City Thunder, but of course you can see beyond it. He's the president of and the coach and the founder. Yani yeye ndio kila kitu, and giving opportunities to women in Kenya and across Africa to explore their dreams, to mentor them, to offer employment opportunities, and give a hope to them. That's of course the essence and the reason behind the Ubuntu Trophy. Let me get into mmesema niende kwa, wacha tuanze na ladies first. Captain Jepleting, ile siku nani Lavenda anasema ukweli, mlipiga nduru ama mlikuwa wapi, ama mlikuwa tu mmepiga tu shughuli huko mmesema si tunajua tu anashinda? Susan.
Yes. We were anticipating for it actually because we were watching the BAL semi-finals. During halftime, we were all, everywhere you are streaming live. We want to see that because there's hearsay and then now seeing it and being now brought physically to you and being streamed everywhere. Yes.
Very well. Assistant coach, najua of course kuna game nilikuja siku moja pale Ulinzi Sports Complex. Pia of course president alikuwa pale na founder. Mlikuwa mnashautia kina Susan. We Susan! We Lavenda! Niko na hizo shots. By the way, nani to waje. Weka hizo picha bwana za Swish basketball team tafadhali. Nick Mavidiweka, assistant coach, I'm sure you are seeing the efforts, the sweat that you guys have worked through now. It's bearing fruit, pole pole. There is serious hope and the future for our women basketball in Kenya.
Of course there is. If we can get this award because of Swish women basketball, of course there is hope. So we just pray and believe that whatever systems we're putting in place right now after this award will be a good foundation for women basketball.
Very key. And of course, I remember that game that I was watching. That was they were playing against KPA in a Premier League match. That's the Kenya Basketball Federation Premier League game at the Ulinzi Sports Complex. I was privileged, of course, to be there with my camera, with my equipment, with my studio, just to watch exactly what the team goes through during their natural game. I had not even told them I'll be there. They realized later on, they were like, Tony, I hope you record the part nilikuwa narusha mateke. But the recipient of the Ubuntu trophy, my good friend Ariel Okal, Nairobi City Thunder star player, well done. We are very proud of you for this trophy, this award, the first ever Kenyan. Finally, not finally, but of course this just shows there is a huge bright future for the Lightning Swish basketball team, and of course many other women's team, Ariel. So how did you feel about receiving this from my good friend, NBA Africa CEO, Claire Kamanzi?
It just shows that the effort and the work that we have put in for the previous years, we have something to show for it. So this is just actually the beginning for us. And as Carol was saying, the structures and the mechanisms that we put in place moving forward is gonna translate into good things for Swish women basketball and for women basketball. This is like a door opener for women basketball. I'll not just say Lightning Swish, I just say basically for women basketball, because that's where most of our interest at Swish lies. We work with girls, we work with women who are off high school and colleges. So this was just an appreciation of the work we have done, and it's a door opener for the work that we are yet to do. Yeah.
Well done. Of course, talking about the work that they're yet to do, they're looking forward to do. This award did not come empty-handed, like in Kenya where you carry a huge trophy na una kakitu kwa mfuko. As I told you earlier, $10,000 is such a huge appreciation, of course, that comes along with the trophy. Lavender, wacha nikulete hapo ndani, of course, speaking on behalf, you can speak, of course, on behalf of the other team members. I'll allow, of course, also the captain to speak and the coach, assistant coach. But Lavender, what are the other team players saying or speaking? One of them, of course, you can single out one of their reactions. Unaweza mtaja tu, anakuwatch, anakusikia. So feel free to bring those behind the scenes moment here of how they.
So I'd say everyone was so happy about the Ubuntu Award, because if you look at many different basketball women's teams, not everyone has an aim about things that they are doing, but in our team there is structure, there's different opportunities for different people, and in our team, like, everyone understands their roles, and it's so privileged for us to just be happy about everything that is happening within the team. So this brings confidence. Na kukua tuko proud, we are so proud being in Swish.
Very true.
Yeah.
Captain Susan Jebleting, I know, of course, after watching this, after getting this award, of course, by your founder as well as the entire team, I'm sure after that, game zenyu next zenye zilifuata mlikuwa mnararua watu, mlikuwa mnafika kwa what are the other teams saying, captain? Mlikuwa nasikia wakisema nini? Na of course mmekuwa mkiringa, lazima tu muringe kwa sababu nani ameshinda hii award. Susan, what are they saying?
Wow. Opponents will always be opponents.
Yeah.
Whether be it you win or you lose, they'll just be opponents.
Yes.
Words has to be said, whether you win or lose. So, of course, there are hearsays. You know, we are so loud on the social media, right?
Yes, you're very.
And thanks to our president, Mr. Okal, because that platform is not really common for women in sports.
Very true.
It's been deemed having BAL or BAL for men outstanding and not having that platform for women. But I think now, starting from now, many people are starting to pick up to start support women wherever they are. But whatever the opponents are saying, we appreciate it. It pushes us even more to challenge ourselves and to be better.
Yes.
It gives us the energy.
I'm happy to hear that.
Thanks.
Assistant Coach Caro, I know last time we were here, we spoke about you bringing the Kenya Basketball Premier League Women's Trophy to this studio, and looks like you've already started the soft launch of that trophy with this particular trophy. So far, how is the season so far for Swish? How does it look like in terms of clinching that trophy? Ama kuna kaaje?
I think so far so good. Of course, we are bringing the 2026 championship trophy here next time. That's what we are working on at the moment. And I think since we got the trophy, we haven't gotten a loss.
No loss yet.
No loss yet.
Yes, good.
So
Yes, I wanted to hear that.
people talking, it's valid for them. It is more energy for us to compete in the Premier League. Yeah, so that's what we're working on at the moment.
Yes, they should be bringing. Of course, I'm happy they've done the soft launch of the Premier League trophy, will be coming soon, of course, with this one. Okal, yourself, it's not easy to have or to start or to have this kind of initiative, especially for women basketball in Kenya. Yeah. Outside the country, of course, where you've actually been, where you've worked, where you've played, it's easier, structures are there. Who have been behind this, besides yourself? Who really are some of the people or companies, organizations who have actually supported you in this initiative?
There's a lot of amazing people behind the Lightning Swish basketball team. My partner, anakataa apendi kamera.
Kamera ilikuwa tu mahali tu tunataka kamera lakini tutapata tu wako nyuma behind the scenes. Yes.
Tony Abondo with 45 bar and restaurant is there. Those are some of the guys who put in a lot of effort behind the scenes to make sure that the players get to practice. They get snacks at practice, stuff like that. We have Minsko company. Actually, it's an amazing thing because Minsk company is owned by Tyler Okari. So he's one of my teammates who also puts in a lot of effort to work with some of the girls to make sure that we get something that we can give them at the end of the month. There's Black Parrot, which also is owned by another former basketball player, Linda Orlando.
Yeah.
And there's AS Sports. AS Sports Africa, owned by one of the rugby legends, the coach of Kenya Harlequins, Patrice Gunda. The uniforms we wear, some of the basketballs we use, the AS 2000 basketball is from this company. And he's one of the guys who's also pushing us from behind the scenes. And we have Nairobi City Thunder also, you cannot forget those guys. Sometimes you cannot see their effort, but behind the scenes, especially during travels and stuff like that, they make sure the team has the transportation they need. And sometimes the meals we eat when we are away, sometimes they come from Nairobi City Thunder. So it's a lot of people. My sister Felma's from the US is putting in a lot of effort with the Swish. Njoki Masharia, I know you know who she is.
Yes.
She's putting a lot of effort with Swish women basketball. So it's not just an individual effort. Wanasema kidole kimoja. Yeah, so it's a lot of people. And we have our assistant coach here who also works a lot behind the scenes. So tuko wengi. And we are doing a pretty good job so far.
Well done, of course. I'm happy you've named them. And in case, of course, assistant coach na captain assistant, kama kuna mtu amesahau, founder amesahau, mtaje, mtatuambia. But let me get into assistant captain Lavender. I remember one time, of course, when I was hosting the Africa Forward Summit, your smaller brother was playing in that event, right? If I'm not wrong. And you come from a family, of course, full of people, sporty people, history back in the day. What did they say about Ariokal? Ushamwambia kitu alisema home, unaweza mwambia. Wanakuwatch.
Okay, so for my brother, anapenda basketball. Steve lefty, he's left-handed. And most of the time, he likes it when I have a game ananiuliza like, hey, game kesho ni saa ngapi? Tunaweza enda? I'm like, okay, yeah, if you don't have training or if you don't have school, then we can go for the game. So actually he had a dream come true when the last Thunder game
against Malawi.
Yeah, against Malawi. He has always been wanting, now because he already sees Swish, it's one of his best team, and now he was willing to like be there for a Thunder game. And now when they were playing with Malawi, he was there, and it's one of the things that keeps him going, because it'd be like, there's this time I was asking him about some of the Thunder players, and he was like, oh, Ariel Local. And he's like, there's a time he came for a game, and he was like, oh, and Ndole Okal, and I was like, yeah, he's our coach. And the other time he watched on YouTube their games, and he's like, oh, I'll want to do this, I'll want to be like him, and something like that. Even in the tournament, the one that you were there, he was like, I saw Kyle there, and other Thunder players, and he was so happy to like see Ruto and the other presidents, and it's just something that keeps him going, and I'm just so happy for him because he's living in the moment.
Well done. Well done. Ariel, ulikuwa unataka shed tears? Kuna mahali umeshika.
I didn't know the kid was there. I wish I did, but schedule ilikuwa ngumu hiyo siku.
Unaweza muongelesha, unaweza kuwa na kuwatch saa hii, Ariel.
I'll see you tomorrow at Swish versus Equity Hawks. Yeah, stadium.
That's nice. Na ukuja na nguo wa sign, eh? Captain, of course, there are many other players in the team. Some of those notable players, or some of the players that are part of the squad, you can name all of them. They'll be happy to be named, which position they play for. And of course, just to share a bit of some of their unique things or aspects in the team. Because nakumbuka last time nilikuwa nasema kuna ule anakulanga sana, mnakumbuka nilikuwa nauliza swali last time, ule anakuwa anapiga nduru sana, ule anarukanga juu, ule anapenda doba, ule anapenda reggae. Some of the players, of course, they're watching, they're listening, for just to acknowledge the efforts they do for Swish basketball.
First of all, each and everyone, I would like to thank them actually for showing up for our president at any time he is in need of us or we need him. I'll highlight from the guards. We have our new player, Spiffy. We have Nana. We have new players coming in.
Yes,
we have our new player also, Arek Peter. The rest, I'm sure you know them because they're loud. We have Maker, we have Vero, we have our tallest girl, Ivy, and we have Gasheri. Yes, and we have Bobo. Oh, Beyonce. She's called Beyonce. Yes. I think that's the team for now.
Yes.
Oh, we have Consolata. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, but we have Consolata, and we are expecting maybe one or two. We are expecting Nana to be here with us soon, especially that, but the rest are already here, and I'd like to appreciate them for being here.
Indeed. Yeah. Assistant Coach Kwako, of course, I know you have, I was looking at your socials the other day, actually this morning, I was looking some of your new signings like the likes of Alfred Philip. You have new signings. You're very active on social media, especially on Instagram. Wako pale Instagram Swish. Unajiita Lightning Swish. Enda pale utawapata pale wako pale live. Assistant Coach, of course, these new recruits coming in. So far, how does the future of Lightning Swish look like? How do you do your recruitments? How do you bring players to your team? So that whoever is watching and they're really interested in basketball, and maybe they're in high school, they're all these things, so at least they can know how their pathway will be to Swish.
Yeah, so with recruiting, mostly it's just from networking.
Yes.
And players that we've watched playing. I've played basketball before, I've played in the Zone 5. So there are notable players that were coming up when I was still competing in the league. So those are the players that mainly we look at. Yes. And from, of course, networking, talking to other coaches from other countries, telling them what we want, if you're looking for forwards. And of course, we just describe the caliber of player we want. And if it is a player who's playing in your country and we've already seen how they play, it's direct. I need Tony to be in my team. Yes. What do I do? How do I get him? Yeah.
Of course, indeed. And you normally train where exactly? Just for the benefit of those who would like to come and celebrate you.
We train at Langata Down Court.
Okay. LA, pale LA uko nyuma.
Yep.
Fikeni LA mtauliza tu Swish watawapeleka pale. Ariel, as we of course come to the tail end of our interview, how does the future look like for our women's basketball from where you sit, and comparing it, of course, to the countries you've visited. You've visited so many other countries in the world, globally, across the world. How does the future of basketball look like compared to those countries?
I think for like from my view, from where I sit, women basketball is growing fast. Yeah. Some countries are ahead of the game so far, like the Egyptians, some of the West African countries, Nigeria, Senegal. Those countries are ahead of the game, but it's because of structures. Yeah. The structures that were put in place by some of the guys who were there before. Yeah. They had really good sports administrators who set the foundation that ensured that from a younger age you can play basketball, from a younger age you can grow your talent, your skill. They have really good networks of talent tracking. That's something that we don't have here in Kenya. For me to find Lavender, and Swish started in Nakuru, it wasn't easy to come to Nairobi and going to where she comes from, naenda nampata huko. So we need a lot of talent tracking. And that's one thing that I was saying when I was in Kigali, that winning is one thing, but now going to those small villages and picking the athletic, taller girls and bringing them into the limelight, training them the right way, and making sure you groom them to become superstars in future. That's something that we don't have in Kenya. Come a program near Eastlands, you'll find that most Eastland coaches will have talent over there. They keep it until inapitwa na wakati. So you gotta open the avenues. Coaches have to open their minds that it takes a village to raise a child. So huwezi keep mtoto in Mombasa, in Kisumu, and akona talent. So you gotta bring it to the limelight, to muonyeshe njia. This is where we see you can end up, and we'll have a lot of girls in the WNBA. We already have one, so there's an opportunity for us to have a lot of them in the WNBA, like the West African countries. And when we reach that stage and that juncture in women basketball, then Kenya is gonna have a really good team, even nationally, to play in the international games. That's one thing that I think we are failing as a country. And I normally tell guys, the game is ours. It's our responsibility to grow it and to nurture it. If we cannot do that, then we are going to stay stagnant where we are. And it comes with working together. Here, kwetu ya Kenya, a lot of malice sometimes. People want to do things by themselves so that they can take the glory. If you do that, nobody succeeds. And that's why this award actually came to Swish Basketball, because of the willingness to give. You give your time, your resources to help other people. Somebody somewhere is always watching.
Very true. Well done. And we are happy, of course, your efforts, your sleepless nights, burning the midnight oil, really to ensure that we have a team that supports women and ladies in Kenya and outside, and of course beyond our borders. And you can see where we are, your recognition. This is an international recognition, the Ubuntu Trophy. It's not a Kenyan trophy awarded. Of course, remember, NBA Africa are involved in it. Be sure NBA are involved in it. We have our very own lady, Madina, doing wonders in the USA, being the first ever Kenyan to be incorporated in WNBA. There is a hope, especially now, with this kind of successes for our women. Then we have hope for the likes of the Lavender, Susan, and many other, of course, women basketballers from Swish, from KP, and all other basketball teams, women teams in Kenya. Well done, Ariel, the team president and founder of Lightning Swish, women's basketball team. Congratulations for this. We celebrate you. And I'm happy, of course, a sport that I also enjoy playing part-time has, of course, bore fruit in my presence. Assistant Captain Lavender Opondo, well done. Keep on shining, keep on doing what you do. We shall, of course, be inviting Lavender together with the entire family, because I understand najua Lavender Opondo from father, mother, uncle, sister, getman, gardener, wote wanachezanga basketball. watakuwa na hapa, and of course we shall be able to share their story. Captain Susan Depleting, congratulations, of course. Keep on doing what you do. Somebody is watching somewhere. Inalipa. At some point inalipa. Ile mbegu unapanda, one day it will grow, germinate into something very huge. assistant coach, Swish basketball team, Carol Akinyi, well done for the time you put into this particular squad. Yes, and the entire team, of course, hapa kuna msema ni Tony.
Yeah,
Tony, my namesake. Tony, I know you're behind the scenes. Ninajua ningekuita hapa lakini najua my director atanipigia nduru. Tony come. Nataka Tony hapo. Tukimaliza of course Tony come. Acha tu akuje tu hata ongea. Nataka tu Tony come. Acha sio. So this is Tony, of course, when you're tunaongea behind the scenes. But well done to Swish basketball team. Nilikuwa nataka muone. Nashukuru sana. Congratulations to the Swish women's basketball team for really making Kenya and putting Kenya on the map. Asanteni sana na mwendelee kupiga shughuli yenu. Nakuja tizi. I promise Lavenda will become to basketball. This of course is Sports Extravaganza. My name is Tony Kwalanda. Just before we let them out, remember also this still with the awards mood. Also we had the Football Awards Gala where we recognize the top footballers in the country during the FKF Premier League Football Gala that were held in Nairobi just a day before yesterday, where we had, of course, for example, the likes of Enoch Morrison being the MVP, the coach of the season, Gor Mahia player, the midfielder of the season, Gor Mahia player. We had the likes as in top awards given to some of the top footballers in different departments. Right now, I understand, of course, just before I let them go and, of course, transition to the next interview, let's listen into the coach of the season, 2025-2026, my very good friend Ghanaian, coach of Gor Mahia, the 22nd Kenya Premier League champions title, Gor Mahia, Charles